Good afternoon, dear students. I hope you all are there to attend the extra class. Without wasting much of your time, I'll start up the lesson. So this is the 7th session and it will be the last session, children. We were talking about the brain. So I had explained to you that the brain is situated in the brainy box. Sonakshi has raised the hand. Yes, Sonakshi, what is the problem? Sonakshi, what is the problem? Yes, Sonakshi, what is the problem? Is there any problem, Sonakshi? All can see? All can see the screen? If you are able to see the screen, just give me a thumbs up. Okay, fine. All right. So yes, I told you that the brain, this is the brain. It is situated in a bony brain box, which is called as the cranium. And yesterday I had also explained to you about the 4 parts of the brain, which I will again explain. So if you are asked what is brain, you can say that brain is the part of the central nervous system which is located in the skull. This that you see from outside is called as the skull. And inside this brain, bony box is situated the brain. It controls the mental processes and physical actions of a human being. Besides controlling the mental processes, the thinking, the intelligence, etc., it also controls our physical actions, whatever we perform, like walking, talking, lifting up the hands, etc. This is what the brain looks like. See, day before I told you that the brain is divided into 2 parts and each part is called as the hemisphere. These are the 2 parts, half of the sphere. This is a sphere-like structure and it can be divided from the center into 2 parts. This is a hemisphere and this is the cerebellum part. This is the medulla oblongata, pons, etc. So this is how actually the brain looks like. Now, there are some interesting facts about the brain, that your brain box is the most energy consuming part of your body. The brain needs most of the energy. So that is why you might have experienced that when you are studying, when you are doing some mental work, then very often you feel hungry. This is the scientific fact because the brain needs most of the energy. So when we perform mental work like study or some other work, then we tend to feel more hungry because the brain has the demand for energy. The brain represents only 2% of the body weight. The weight of the brain is only 2% of your body weight, but it uses up to 20% of the body's energy. You can see 10 times more. The energy is used for cellular health. That means for the maintenance of the neurons that are present in the brain and to fuel electrical impulses that the neuron employs to communicate with one another and to provide a fuel to the neurons because they tend to communicate with another neuron and hence pass on the message to the brain and then carry the orders of the brain back to the body parts. About 750 ml of blood pumps through your brain every minute, which is 12 to 20% of blood flow from the heart. And the human brain is about 75% of water. Your brain consumes 25 watts of power while you are awake. And this amount of energy is enough to illuminate a light bulb. Now see, the power, the energy that the brain uses is enough to illuminate the light bulb. So you can understand that how much energy the brain requires. As I was teaching, this major part of the brain is called as the cerebellum. And this cerebrum has 4 parts: frontal, parietal, temporal, and occipital. Now you can take the screenshot of this and keep it for further learning, future learning, because every part has got different function to perform and all the functions are written on that. I have explained it on Wednesday itself, yet you can keep a screenshot of it. Like the frontal lobe, it helps in the movement, thinking, initiation, in reasoning, in judgment power, in behavior, in your emotions, the memory, and the speaking. It is all controlled by the frontal lobe. Whereas the parietal lobe is helpful in knowing the right from the left, in demarcating what is the right part and what is the left part, in distinguishing the sensations, in helping you to do the reading, to recognize what alphabets are there, and understanding spatial relationship, understanding the space. And occipital lobe helps to identify things, vision, and identify the color blindness. Then temporal lobe, it helps in understanding languages, the language that you can understand, like Hindi, English, Bhojpuri, Bengali, etc. This is all denoted by temporal lobe. Your behavior, memory, hearing power, it is all responded by temporal lobe. This is known as the brainstem. The brainstem is helpful in breathing, in maintaining the blood pressure, in controlling the heartbeat, and in controlling the swallowing of anything, whatever you eat or drink. When you swallow it, it is maintained by the brainstem. Then cerebellum helps in balancing, maintaining the balance of the body. It is like when you move your feet forward, your feet walk in balance. You walk in balance, not just tumbling here or fumbling there. Not like that. You are walking in a balanced posture. Coordination between your action and your speech. Fine muscle controls, having control over the muscles. Alertness, sleep, body temperature, digestion, all is controlled by the brain. So in short, you can take the screenshot and keep it for your future learning. Then we'll talk about the cerebellum. This part of the brain is called as the cerebellum. The cerebellum is posterior to the midbrain and pons. You can see this part is called as the pons, and this part is the midbrain, and here is the medulla oblongata. So the cerebellum lies posterior to all 3 of them. The cerebellum integrates sensory informations to provide smooth, coordinated movements. That means cerebellum is responsible for giving the informations to the brain about coordinated movements. It controls fine movements, balance, and position, posture, the way you stand. When you stand straight like this. It's not that you want to stand straight, but the brain is not helping you and you stand like this or like that. It's not like this. So the cerebellum also plays an important role. Again, we'll discuss the functions of cerebellum. Coordination of voluntary movements. That means there is a balance between the movement, the voluntary movements. That if I have to lift up my hand in front, my hand will move in front, not at the back. So this is a coordination. Then timing, planning, and scaling of movements. If I want my hand to be lifted right now, it will be lifted up right now. I'm thinking to lift my hand right now, but after 2 minutes or 3 minutes, my hand is lifted. It's not like that. Cerebellum has a control that if I want to lift up my hand, it will be lifted up right at that very moment. I am speaking here. If I want to speak right now, I'll be speaking. My brain, my cerebellum will help me to speak it right now. Not that if I want to open my lips, my mouth is shut. The lips are shut. Not like that. Regulation of muscle tone. It helps in the regulation of the toning of the muscles that are present in the arms and in the legs. Regulation of posture and equilibrium. I told you posture is your body figure. It controls that body figure. Please bear with me, children. Okay, so here it is. Maintaining the posture and equilibrium and regulation of conjugate eyeballs movement. That means the regulation of eyeball movement, how the eyeballs are moving, and inhibition of motor cortex. That motor cortex you study in your higher classes. I'll be giving you all time to ask me the question. First, let me finish it up as it is the last session of your lesson 4, and then the exam portion will be lesson 4 and lesson 5. So today will be the last session, and afterwards I'll be revising the lesson with you. I may ask you questions and you will have to answer them. So be prepared for these lessons. The brain stem. Now we'll talk about the brain stem. The brain stem consists of 3 regions. What are they? Medulla oblongata. This is the medulla, the long region. It is called as the medulla oblongata. The pons, this part is called as the pons. And here, this part is called as the midbrain. Understood that? All of you have understood? Where is medulla? Where is medulla? This part is medulla. This part is called as the pons, and this part is called as the midbrain. So all 3 of them, the midbrain, the pons, and the medulla oblongata, they make up the brain stem. Let's study about medulla oblongata. This long portion is called as the medulla oblongata. It contains all sensory and motor neurons. I'll describe the sensory and motor neurons ascending and descending between the brain and the spinal cord. Means it contains all the sensory and all the motor nerves which keep on ascending. Ascending means moving towards the brain, and descending means moving from the brain, carrying the orders from the brain to the different organs of the body. Then it contains cardiovascular center. Cardiovascular center which controls heart rate. Here itself, the medulla oblongata is containing a center which is helpful in controlling the heart rate, the force of the beat, and the diameter of the blood vessels. Hence, it is very, very important part. And day before, I told you all while explaining the brain that this is the reason why you are asked to wear a helmet while driving the scooter or motorcycle or scooty, because it protects your brainy framework. It protects your brain. It protects this part, this nape part, which joins the spinal cord, which joins it to the medulla oblongata, because this medulla oblongata is helpful in controlling the heart rate. If this is damaged, definitely there will be no life, because the heart will stop its function. The heart will not beat, and there may be blood eruptions due to injury in that area. Now, the medulla oblongata contains medullary rhythmicity area which adjusts the rhythm of the breathing. That means the rate of the breathing. That rate of the breathing is also controlled by medulla oblongata. It controls reflexes for swallowing, for vomiting, coughing, and sneezing. there occurs a reflux in swallowing, whatever you swallow. And vomiting also, there occurs a reflux, a force with which the food is vomited or omitted out. Coughing, उस coughing के समय में भी आपको एक jerk आता है अंदर से, एक reflux आता है. While sneezing also a reflux comes. So all the reflexes which are needed for swallowing, vomiting, coughing and sneezing, they are controlled by medulla oblongata. It receives sensory input from or provides motor output to cranial nerves. They are helpful in connecting the spinal cord to the brain. Now the pons area, this area that you see, which is the pons area, this is a bridge that connects parts of the brain with one another. You can see this is the middle part. With the help of the midbrain, it connects the cerebrum, it connects the cerebellum, and it connects the medulla oblongata. Voluntary movements are relayed to the cerebellum. The voluntary movements are all performed by the activity of the neurons present in the cerebellum. It contains sensory and motor tracts, means sensory and motor nerves, and helps control breathing also. Next, the midbrain. The midbrain connects the pons to the diencephalon. It contains neurons that conduct impulses from the cerebrum to the spinal cord, medulla and pons. अब आप समझ सकते हैं कि आपका midbrain, ये midbrain है, किस तरीके से it is connecting to the pons. Here it is connected to the pons, and then it is connected to the cerebellum and to the medulla oblongata, and here to the cerebrum. So it contains neurons that conduct impulses. Impulses means the messages from the cerebrum to the spinal cord, medulla and pons. So the messages that come from the brain, how they are transferred from the cerebrum to the midbrain, midbrain to the pons, and then to the medulla oblongata, and then to the spinal cord, then to the spinal cord, and ultimately to the different body parts. Loss of these neurons is associated with Parkinson's disease. If these neurons are not present and they are not functioning properly, then a disease occurs which is called as Parkinson's disease. Now we talk about the vertebral column, though I have explained about the vertebral column in my previous lecture. Though this is the vertebral column, this is the brain, this is the backbone. You can see here, this is the backbone. I had explained to you that the backbone has 5 regions. The cervical region, this region related to the neck. Then comes the thoracic region, which is related to the chest region, the lumbar region, which is the back region, and the sacrum region, also combined with the coccygeal region, this, the tailbone. The coccyx and the sacrum, they are united here. Sacral curve, this is called as the sacral curve. So all of them have nerves arising from the spinal cord. The bones of the vertebral column surround and protect the spinal cord, because I told you that there is a hollow space between these vertebrae, and in between that hollow space runs the spinal cord. And normally it consists of 7 cervical, 12 thoracic, 5 lumbar vertebrae, as well as the sacrum, a fused mass of 5 vertebrae, and terminate in the coccyx region, which is called as the tailbone region. Nerve roots exit from the vertebral column through the intervertebral foramen or intervertebral opening. The vertebrae are separated by each other through discs. Here you can see that they are separated from each other through the disc. So I'm not here to explain the vertebral column, but I'm here to explain the spinal cord with you. the spinal cord is given on page number 56. Here it is, given on page number 56. Before that, I would like you to underline page number 56 under the heading medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata, also known as the medulla, is located in the brain stem, underline that, and lies beneath the cerebellum, underline that. It connects the rest of the brain to the spinal cord. All the information to and from our brain passes through the medulla. And very, very important lines. It controls vital activities like breathing, digestion, blood circulation. In other words, it keeps all the automatic systems of the body working. These two lines are very, very important. And before that, on page number 55, under the heading cerebrum and cerebellum, please underline under the heading cerebrum. It controls our thoughts, memory, intelligence, learning, and sense organs. If you are asked, what is the function of cerebrum? You will write this sentence. If you are asked, what is the function of cerebellum? You will write from here, from the second line, last part. It controls balance, movement, and muscle coordination. Okay? Are you clear? Are you clear, children? Yes? Okay. Okay. Then you have to underline this part also of the brain. It is wrapped in 3 layers. The brain is wrapped in 3 layers. Then you have to underline and is surrounded by a special shock-proof fluid, which is called as the cerebrospinal fluid. It is the control center of our body. What is the control center, or which is the control center? Brain is the control center of the body. Then you have to underline this. Nerves are the pathway along which our brain sends and receives information about what is happening in the body and around it. This part you have to underline. I guess you are very much clear as I'm showing it on the screen. Okay? So whatever I'm asking you to underline, do learn that. It is important. And you should know that. So moving ahead, the spinal cord. See, ये एक लंबी सी cord की तरह के structure है, जो कि it is present in the hollow space of the vertebral column. The spinal cord is the link between the brain and the nerves in the rest of the body. If you are asked what is the spinal cord, you should say that the spinal cord is the link between the brain and the nerves in the rest of the body. And it runs in the hollow space between the vertebral column. You know more about what is written over here. Next. See, look in the picture. Look at the picture, please. See, children. This is the vertebral column, vertebrae, all the vertebrae. And you can see that this is running. This is the spinal cord, which runs all along the length of the vertebrae. And you can see these yellow fine structures. These yellow fine structures are the nerves which are arising from the spinal cord. I guess you are very much clear. Okay. The spinal cord is the main pathway for information connecting the brain and peripheral nervous system. The length of the spinal cord is much shorter than the length of the bony spinal cord. पूरी के पूरे last तक नहीं जा रही है. The human spinal cord extends from the medulla oblongata, and continues through the conus medullaris near the first or second lumbar vertebrae, यहाँ पर. Terminating in a fibrous extension known as the filum terminale. यहाँ पर होगा filum terminale. So need not go into the deep. बस आप इतना याद रखिए कि ये कहाँ पर है और इससे डिफरेंट नर्व्स निकलती हैं जो डिफरेंट बॉडी ऑर्गन्स को जाती हैं। यहाँ पर भी ये स्ट्रक्चर दिया हुआ है, देखिए यही है वर्टिब्रल कॉलम, ये वर्टिब्री, ईच वर्टिब्री, ये एक वर्टिब्री है, ये एक वर्टिब्री है, ये एक वर्टिब्री, और इसके बीच की जो दूरी है, ये डिस्टेंस is in this part is present a thick cartilaginous pad जो कि दोनों वर्टिब्री को रगड़ खाने से बचाता है, प्रोटेक्ट करता है। और इसके अंदर का जो हॉलो स्पेस है, हॉलो स्पेस that is meant for the protection of the spinal cord. Look here now. अब हम nerves पे आ रहे हैं, ठीक है? ये part nerves which is given on page number 56 of the book. Nerves. Now nerve fiber or nerve, we have very well understood in our previous class that they are made up of neurons. The axons of the neuron, it bundles up and it forms a nerve. तो न्यूरॉन क्या है ये मैं पहले भी आपको पिक्चर के साथ बता चुकी हूँ, लेकिन यहाँ पे फिर से बता रही हूँ। न्यूरॉन इज द बेसिक स्ट्रक्चरल एंड फंक्शनल यूनिट ऑफ नर्वस सिस्टम। नर्वस सिस्टम को क्या बनाता है? जैसे आपके बॉडी को सेल्स बनाती हैं, उसी तरह नर्वस सिस्टम को क्या बनाता है? न्यूरॉन। आपने पढ़ा है किडनी को क्या बनाता है? नेफ्रॉन। सो डोंट गेट कंफ्यूज्ड। जहां पर न्यूरॉन आया, दिस इज न्यूरॉन। न्यूरॉन इज रिलेटेड, new word is related to the nervous system and nephron. This NEPH, nephron is related to the kidney. Don't get confused. The nephrons are the building block of the kidney. The neurons are the building block of the nervous system. Okay? I guess you are clear. You very promptly, you don't show your thumbs up. Show your thumbs up if you have understood. Yes, that's good. That's good. Yes, so neurons are specialized to transmit information throughout the body. अब आपके बॉडी में जैसे एक बिजली का तार है, उस बिजली के तार में करंट दौड़ता है और वही करंट आपके पूरे घर की वायरिंग में दौड़ता है। उसी तरह से आप समझ लीजिए कि ये जो नर्व्स हैं ये पूरे बॉडी में प्रेजेंट है, और जो कोई भी इंफॉर्मेशन है जो कि एनी एक्सटर्नल चेंज और इंटरनल चेंज ऑफ द बॉडी, वो सारे का सारा चेंज जो है वो एक इलेक्ट्रिक करंट के रूप में इन्हीं न्यूरॉन्स के जरिए, इन्हीं न्यूरॉन्स के रास्ते आपके सेंस ऑर्गन्स में पहुंचता है, और फिर ये सेंस ऑर्गन से होते हुए आपके ब्रेन, और ब्रेन इसको इंफॉर्मेशन देता है, ऑर्डर्स देता है कि ये करना है। तो फिर वो सारे ऑर्डर्स जो हैं वो नर्व्स के थ्रू, क्योंकि ब्रेन में भी नर्व्स है, ब्रेन में भी न्यूरॉन है, उसी के जरिए फिर ये वापस स्पाइनल कॉर्ड से होते हुए आपके सेंस ऑर्गन्स में पहुंचते हैं। जैसे आपने यहाँ एक पिक्चर देखी, अब उस पिक्चर को, या आपने यहाँ पर कुछ लिखा हुआ देखा स्क्रीन में, तो आपकी आंखें उसको देख रही हैं, आंखें सेंस ऑर्गन्स हैं, आंखों में जो न्यूरॉन्स हैं, जो नर्व सेल्स हैं, वो इस पिक्चर को और इस लिखे हुए को कहाँ पहुंचा रहे हैं? ब्रेन में। और ब्रेन में अभी आपने पढ़ा है डिफरेंट पार्ट्स हैं, जो ऑक्सीपिटल पार्ट है जो विजन को देखता है, जो विजन बताता है कि क्या है, तो वो पार्ट आपको बताएगा कि ये आपने न्यूरॉन का स्ट्रक्चर देखा, वो आपको बताएगा कि ये क्या लिखा हुआ है, कौन सा अल्फाबेट लिखा है, तब आप इसको पढ़ पाएंगे। पढ़ने का काम दूसरा और पार्ट ब्रेन का करेगा। तो इस तरह से जो न्यूरॉन्स है वो इंफॉर्मेशन को गैदर करते हैं और ब्रेन तक पहुंचाते हैं इन द फॉर्म ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिकल करंट्स। Let's see here, 3 types of neurons. There are 3 types of neurons: sensory neuron, motor neuron, and interneurons, or the mixed neurons, or the intermediate neurons. Okay, so sensory neuron, motor neurons, and intermediate neurons or interneurons. Let's say जो sensory neurons है वो सारे के सारे गैदर होकर के वो sensory nerve बनाते हैं। जो मोटर न्यूरॉन्स है वो गैदर होके मोटर नर्व्स बनाते हैं, और mixed nerves जो है, they are a combination of the sensory and the motor neurons. Here it is written, sensory nerves, motor nerves. तो sensory nerves sensory neurons से बना है, motor nerves motor neurons से मिलके बना है. अभी तो सब में हम difference देखते हैं क्या है. Okay, so this is a motor neuron. ये motor neuron की picture है. Motor neurons carry signals from the central nervous system to the outer parts. Central nervous system क्या है? The brain and the spinal cord. अब यहाँ से कोई भी signal कहाँ तक जाता है? To the muscles, to the skin, to the glands. ठीक है? I mean, if its axon terminal joins with other neurons, it forms a synapse. अभी मैं आपको synapse नहीं समझा रही हूँ, class 8 में जाकर आप समझेंगे ये. The largest nerve cell in nervous system. Nervous system में जो सबसे बड़ी nerve cell है वो कौन सी है? Motor neuron. Also, it is called as multipolar neuron because numerous dendrites project. ये numerous dendrites हैं, ये सब जो structures हैं, ये dendrites हैं because there are number of dendrites which come out from the cell body of the cell. That is why it is also called as multipolar neuron. Now let us study about it. It deals with outgoing messages. जो भी message brain को pass करना है, वो motor neurons के through दूसरे organs में जाएंगे. From the brain or from the spinal cord, it will go to the sense organs or different parts of the body. So they are said to be outgoing. इनसे बाहर मैसेज जा रहा है, इस ब्रेन से और स्पाइनल कॉर्ड से बाहर मैसेज जा रहा है. And because they have very long axons. So इसीलिए इनको हम क्या बोलते हैं? मोटर न्यूरॉन्स को we call them as efferent neurons. बाहर को जा रहा है, efferent neurons. Sensory neurons. The sensory neurons carry signals from other parts. अब यहाँ आपको चीटी काटा, पिंच किया आपने, तो ये जो पेन हुआ ये किसने लिया? Sensory neurons ने. And they carry this to the spinal cord or to the brain. और वहां से इंफॉर्मेशन मिलने के बाद मतलब ये है कि ये इंफॉर्मेशन बाहर नहीं ले जा रहे, बल्कि क्या कर रहे हैं? ये सारी की सारी इंफॉर्मेशन स्पाइनल कॉर्ड और ब्रेन की तरफ ले जा रहे हैं, ब्रेन की तरफ और स्पाइनल कॉर्ड की तरफ. इसीलिए इनको क्या बोलते हैं? एफरेंट न्यूरॉन्स. आपकी बुक में भी लिखा है, look here. The sensory nerve brings messages from the sense organs to the brain. They are also known as afferent nerve. क्योंकि ये सारी इंफॉर्मेशन ब्रेन की तरफ और स्पाइनल कॉर्ड की तरफ ला रहे हैं, बाहर से अंदर की तरफ ला रहे हैं, इसीलिए इनको एफरेंट कहते हैं. एफरेंट. और मोटर नर्व्स बाहर की तरफ ले जा रहे हैं, इसलिए इसको इफरेंट नर्व्स कहते हैं. They transmit impulses from the receptors in the sense organs, the eyes, ears, skin, nose, tongue, and muscle organs. ठीक है? Have you understood that? कि जैसे आपने ये पिक्चर देखी, तो ये इंफॉर्मेशन आईज ने ब्रेन को पहुंचाए, ब्रेन से नहीं वापस लाया. ये सेंसरी न्यूरॉन ने इंफॉर्मेशन पहुंचा दिया ब्रेन को, और ब्रेन से मोटर नर्व्स जो है इंफॉर्मेशन लाएंगी आंखों तक कि आपने एक पिक्चर देखी है और वो पिक्चर जो है वो एक न्यूरॉन की पिक्चर है. ठीक है? Now, associative neurons. Interneurons connect various neurons with the brain and the spinal cord. ये जो different neurons है, sensory neuron, motor neuron, इनको connect करने का काम कौन करता है? Interneuron. और ये कहाँ पाए जाते हैं? They are found in the brain, the spinal cord, and the eyes. And they are very easy to recognize as they are short in structure. Short in structure. Look at the difference. This one is called as the motor neuron or multipolar neuron. See this. And see how they are connected to the sense organ, to the muscle fiber. And this is the sensory neuron. ये देखिए सेंसरी न्यूरॉन किस तरह से रिसेप्टर सेल की तरफ जा रहा है, और ये इंटरन्यूरॉन्स है, कितना छोटा है नर्व सेल यहाँ पर। ओके, नर्व का स्ट्रक्चर मैंने आपको बताया ना कि नर्व्स, न्यूरॉन्स का एक्सॉन बंडल होकर के नर्व सेल बनाता है। ये देखिए पिक्चर में ध्यान से देखिए, दिस इज द स्पाइनल नर्व and these are the axons of the neuron which are bundled together. दूसरी पिक्चर में देखिए एक्सॉन क्या है, this is the axon part, this is the axon part, and here you see this is the axon part. So all these axons, when they bundle together, they form a nerve, they form a nerve, and there is blood supply also to these nerves. The toughness of a nerve is due to its fibrous sheath. ये एक शीट से घिरा हुआ है, membranous sheath से, और इसीलिए ये tough होती हैं. Otherwise, the nerve tissue itself is very delicate and flexible. So the large axons are covered by a myelin sheath and termed as myelinated or medullated fibers. White matter, as it is called in central nervous system. Central nervous system में ये white matter कहलाते हैं. क्यों white matter कहलाते हैं? क्योंकि इन nerve fibers के ऊपर में एक fat की layer होती है, और fat white color का होता है, इसीलिए हम इसको white matter कहते हैं. ये brain में होता है, white matter and gray matter. Thinner axons of less than 1 micron diameter do not have the myelin sheath. अब जो पतले पतले nerves होते हैं उनके ऊपर में फैट की लेयर नहीं होती है, इसीलिए उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं, नॉन मेडुलेटेड और नॉन माइलिनेटेड फाइबर्स, और जो जिसपे फैट की लेयर नहीं होती है उसको हम ग्रे मैटर या ग्रे फाइबर बोलते हैं. However, all the fibers, whether myelinated or non-myelinated, have neurolemmal shape. Nerve को जो layer ढके हुए होती है उसको हम neurolemmal shape कहते हैं, which is uniformly absent in the tracts. In peripheral nerves, both the myelin and neurolemmal sheaths are derived from Schwann cells. ये सब आपको बाद में हायर क्लासेस में समझ में आएगा. बस आप इतना समझिए कि एक्सॉन्स बंडल होकर के नर्व फाइबर्स बनाते हैं. नर्व फाइबर्स जब फैट की लेयर से ढके होती है तो उसको माइलिनेटेड फाइबर बोलते हैं या व्हाइट मैटर बोलते हैं, और जब ये पतली होती है और बिना फैट की लेयर की होती है तो इसको ग्रे मैटर कहते हैं. अब आप एफरेंट, एफरेंट और मिक्स्ड नर्व्स के बारे में पढ़ लीजिए. Some of the nerves in the body are specialized for carrying informations in only one direction, similar to a one-way street. आप देखते हैं ना, जब वन वे रास्ता हो जाता है कि आप एक ही तरफ जा सकते हैं, ये नहीं कि आप उसी तरफ से जाके और वापस भी आ सकते हैं. तो इसी तरह जो इंफॉर्मेशंस हैं, जो नर्व्स इंफॉर्मेशन कैरी कर रही है, वो भी एक ही रास्ते में जाएंगे, वन वे. सो these nerves that carry informations from sensory receptors to the central nervous system, they are called as afferent nerves. क्योंकि ये ब्रेन तक और स्पाइनल कॉर्ड तक मैसेज को ले जा रहे हैं. कहां से? सेंस ऑर्गन से और बॉडी के डिफरेंट पार्ट से, इसीलिए इसको afferent कहते हैं, afferent nerves. Other neurons known as efferent nerves carry signals only from the central nervous system to the effectors. ठीक है ना? ऐसे जैसे कि आपको किसी ने पिंच किया या आपने कोई गर्म ऑब्जेक्ट छुआ तो आप हाथ हटा लेते हैं, तो ये वाला मैसेज जो है वो ब्रेन दे रहा है बाहर की तरफ, तो इसको क्या बोलते हैं? मोहम्मद अमान, प्लीज बी केयरफुल, यू आर डिस्ट्रैक्टेड एंड टॉकिंग, बिहेव योरसेल्फ. So these are called as the efferent neurons or efferent nerves because they are carrying information, they are carrying the orders of the brain to the sense organs. Mixed nerves functions like two-way street where afferent axons act as lanes heading towards the central nervous system and efferent axons act as lanes heading away from the central nervous system. ये दो रास्ते बनाते हैं, ये ब्रेन तक इंफॉर्मेशन ले भी जाते हैं और ब्रेन के ऑर्डर को वापस लाते भी हैं. ठीक है, अभी समझ में आपको आ गया होगा. आपकी बुक में सिर्फ एक लाइन में डिस्क्राइब्ड है और मैंने यहाँ आपको अच्छे से समझा दिया है. अगर आपको फिर से कोई डाउट होता है तो आप जब वीडियो अपलोड होगा तो दोबारा इसको देखिएगा और जो कुछ आपको स्क्रीनशॉट खींच के रखना है रख लीजिए ताकि आप फ्यूचर में उसको पढ़ सकें और याद कर सकें. Now what is reflex action? Children, reflex action यहाँ पर दिया हुआ है. Here it is a reflex action. तो वही हम इस यहाँ पर थोड़ा सा पढ़ेंगे. Say, reflex action is a sudden and involuntary response to stimuli. जैसे कि आपने गरम चीज छुई, तुरंत आप हाथ हटा लेते हैं. जैसे कि अगर आपको कोई थप्पड़ मारे तो आप एकदम से ऐसे झुक जाओ. अगर आपको कोई ऐसे पिंच करे तो आप हाथ पुल कर लेंगे. यही रिफ्लेक्स एक्शन है. अब ये होता कैसे है ये हम लोग समझेंगे. Reflex action is a sudden and involuntary response to stimuli. क्या होता है? गर्म ऑब्जेक्ट आपने छू लिया तो there is a change in the external environment. आपका हाथ नॉर्मल कंडीशन में है लेकिन आप गए और गर्म ऑब्जेक्ट छू लिया तो there was a change and this stimulus is carried by the sensory nerve to the brain. और वहां से ऑर्डर मिला इमीडिएटली कि उसको छोड़ दीजिए. जो आपका स्पाइनल कॉर्ड तक मैसेज गया और उसने ऑर्डर किया लीव दैट ऑब्जेक्ट और आपने तुरंत छोड़ दिया. So the reflex action is a sudden and involuntary response to stimuli. It helps organisms to quickly adapt to an adverse circumstance that could have the potential to cause bodily harm or even death. कभी कभी क्या होता है बस का एक्सीडेंट होता है और क्या होता है अचानक से ड्राइवर कूद के भाग जाता है. That's always a reflex action कि वो अपने आप को बचा रहा है सिचुएशन से. So pulling your hands away immediately after touching a hot or cold object is a classic example of reflex action. Briefly state the events that precede a stimulus in organism. क्या कैसे होता है? Let's study. The first event begins with the receptor detecting a stimulus from the sensory organ. ये देखिए, ये फिंगर है. इस फिंगर ने कैंडल की फ्लेम को टच कर दिया, गरम लगा उसको. ये सारा इंफॉर्मेशन जो है वो कहाँ गया? ये सारा का सारा इंफॉर्मेशन गया स्पाइनल कॉर्ड में. सेल बॉडी ऑफ द एफरेंट न्यूरॉन यहाँ गया. ये स्पाइनल कॉर्ड को पहुंचाया उसने. ये स्पाइनल कॉर्ड है जिसमें कि व्हाइट मैटर और ग्रे मैटर है. ठीक है. सो अब क्या हो रहा है? दिस इज फॉलोड बाय द सेंसरी न्यूरॉन. सेंसरी न्यूरॉन ने क्या किया? सेंडिंग अ सिग्नल टू द रिले न्यूरॉन. अब उसने इसको रिले कर दिया कि आगे ये चीज पहुंचा दो कि मेरे हाथ ने गर्म को टच कर लिया. The relay neuron then sends the signal to the motor neuron. अब ये motor neuron को पास करेगा. The motor neuron sends the signal to the organ. Motor neuron, ये है motor neuron, इसने organs को send किया कि अपना हाथ हटा लो, muscles of your hand, and then immediately you pull your hand away. Finally, the effector produces an instantaneous response such as a knee jerk or pulling your hand away from the hot object. So a reflex arc is a pathway that controls reflex. ये जो पूरा path है इसको reflex arc कहते हैं. यहाँ तक आपको बुक से एक बार और समझा दूं मैं. A reflex action is also an involuntary action. ये involuntary action है, या आपकी इच्छा पे नहीं है, ये अचानक से हो जाता है, एकदम अचानक से हो जाता है. और फिर क्या होता है? It is an automatic and instantaneous. Instantaneous means very quick response. into a stimulus. आपको अगर कोई सुई चुभो दे, आप तुरंत हाथ खींच लेंगे, सोचेंगे भी नहीं, क्योंकि ये दिमाग के सोचने से नहीं, ये तुरंत आपने हाथ हटा लिया, एकदम से इंफॉर्मेशन नर्व्स ने कैरी किया और वापस ऑर्डर मिला, हाथ हटाओ, कुछ चुभ रहा है. So for example, you sneeze when dust particles or some other particles like chili powder enters and you immediately sneeze. आपने सोचा नहीं कि नाक में मिर्ची का पाउडर चला गया है, लेकिन ऑटोमेटिक रिस्पॉन्स है आपकी बॉडी का, जो आपको स्नीजिंग होने लगी ताकि वो मिर्ची का पाउडर आपके नाक से निकल जाए. So it is a quick response to a stimulus. It does not involve the brain. It only involves the spinal cord. So I'm done here, children. All the best for your exams. Answers have been uploaded in the school's website. Today, 2 or 3 differentiate betweens I will upload, and that also has to be written in your classwork copy. Please see that you write all those answers which have been instructed to be written in your copy, so that you get marks, proper marks. Don't think that if you have completed the work, you'll get full marks, because the marks that will be allotted will be based on how you have done, whether you have drawn the diagrams or not, whether you have labeled the diagrams, whether you have done the work properly, whether you have written the date or not. Some of the children say, मैंने तो सारा काम किया, मुझे full marks नहीं मिले. तो full marks न मिलने का कारण होता है कुछ ना कुछ गलती आपने की है. हो सकता है आपकी हैंडराइटिंग बहुत अच्छी ना हो सकता है आपने घिच-पिच गंदे से लिखा हो. सो साफ तरीके से आंसर्स को लिखिए, प्रॉपर्ली डायग्राम्स ड्रॉ करिए और कॉपीज 19 को सबमिट कर दीजिएगा, क्योंकि लेट सबमिशन करेंगे तो कॉपी चेक नहीं हो पाएगी. समझ गए? और आप लोग सारे के सारे बच्चे अपना जो कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम होता है वो हम लोग रिवीजन क्लासेस में करेंगे कंप्लीट. Yes, some of you are there. Okay, first I will stop sharing the screen. Okay, who wants? Janvi Nigam, you are not showing your face, but how do I know which one wants to answer? Okay, Janvi, yes, what do you wanted to ask? Janvi, what do you want to ask, Janvi?
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Yes, Janvi.
Ma'am, your voice is coming low.
There must be something from your end, because here the volume is quite okay.
Miss, and you told something to underline that the brain has 3 covers. Miss, where it is written?
I was showing it to you, no? Where were you?
Miss, because of network problem, I cannot see.
You have not seen, then okay. It is written under the heading brain. अगर आप brain पढ़ेंगे और देखेंगे तो आपको तुरंत मिलेगा. वहीं पे लिखा है, and it is the very first line. तो आपको कैसे नहीं मिला? Mute yourself. Next one, Surabhi Chaudhary. What do you want? Surabhi?
Miss, I want to ask that at the last you have said a line about nerves. Miss, I can't find it anywhere. About nerves you have said a line.
See, it is there. Nerves are here. Sensory nerves, motor nerves, mixed nerves, page number 56.
Yes, ma'am. And ma'am, one more thing.
Yes.
When a new baby is there, then everyone at the home is saying that don't touch the head because there is a blank space or it is downwards in the middle of the head. So
It's not like
everyone said taru.
Not like
Miss, what is it?
that, but it should be brainy box should be protected. Okay. It should not get hard blow over it. Hard blow. ऐसे आप छुएंगे तो कुछ नहीं होगा. अभी यहाँ पर आप किसी हार्ड चीज से मार देंगे तो होगा, हथौड़ी मार देंगे, बुक मार देंगे तो होगा कुछ प्रॉब्लम. लेकिन ये आपका ब्रेन यहाँ नहीं है. ये 8 हड्डियां 7 हड्डियां हैं जो जुड़ गई हैं, जो ब्रेन बॉक्स बना रही है, उसके अंदर में आपका ब्रेन है. तो आपके ब्रेन को कुछ डैमेज नहीं होगा और ये सब आपकी हड्डियां.
मैम, बट जब एक छोटा बेबी होता है तो क्या उसका ये स्कल नहीं होता है, बोन्स नहीं होते, क्योंकि वो नीचे दबा होता है?
नहीं, उसके सब उसका होता है, बट इट इज कार्टिलेजिनस, सॉफ्ट बोन्स होती है. जो कि बाद में जाकर के सूचर्स ज्वाइन कर लेते हैं और हार्ड हो जाते हैं. चलो
Okay, ma'am.
अब दूसरा दिव्यांश. Yes, Divyansh, what do you want to say?
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Yes, Divyansh.
Is in anybody sensory nerve should be not there, so he will not feel the pain.
सबके बॉडीज में होती हैं, सबके बॉडीज में होती है. नेक्स्ट वन, मोहम्मद अमान. आप तो नॉटीनेस कर रहे थे, आप तो बातें कर रहे थे इधर उधर. हाँ बोलिए, आप तो ध्यान ही नहीं दे रहे थे. मोहम्मद अमान, व्हाट डू यू वांट टू आस्क? यस, you are not audible. There is disturbance. There is disturbance, Mohammad Aman. Mohammad Aman, disturbance is there. I can't hear you. Disturbance is there. Please mute yourself. Disturbance is there. Please mute yourself. I will give response to your queries on the next turn, as I am not clear with what you are speaking. Okay? Yes, what do you want to say? Apurva Prajapati. Yes, Apurva.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Ma'am, I want to ask that in the brain topic, page number 55, it is written in that paragraph, left side of the brain controls muscles of the right side of the body, while the right side of the, ma'am, why it is so that it is left side controls the right side and right side controls the left side?
That is the bare truth of the body, that the brain has there are two parts of the brain. No, I told you all hemispheres. So the left hemisphere controls the right part, activities of the right part of the body, and the right hemisphere controls the activity of the left part of the body. It is so. Next one, Shruti Mohan. 7th A, Shruti Mohan. Name Shruti Mohan is written, it's a girl name or what? Yes, please ask. What do you want to ask? Gone. Arohi, what do you want to ask? Please ask.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Arohi. Yes.
Miss, medulla oblongata is bony or muscular in nature?
How can it be bony? It is
Yes, it's-
nervous. It is nervous. The brain is formed from neurons. I told neurons. Neurons. These neurons form the system. The brain is formed of neurons. So how can it be bony? It is a nerve which is joining to the spinal cord. Spinal cord is also a nerve. Spinal cord भी मुलायम structure है जो कि vertebral column के बीच में protected है. ठीक है? Okay. Gaurav Yadav. Yes, please. Gaurav. Gaurav. Gaurav Yadav.
Good afternoon, Miss.
Good afternoon, Gaurav. Yes.
Miss, what is the speed of that order that gives nerves to the brain?
Do you want it? Split of a second. कितना fast होता है?
Yes, Miss. Yes, Miss.
अभी आपको जरूरत है उसकी? आप बताइए, जरूरत है? पलक झपकने से भी कम टाइम लगता है. Split of a second. Split. बहुत क्विक मोशन जिसको कि आप ऐसे मेजर करके नहीं बता सकते, है ना? और आपको ब्रेन का
Yes, miss.
और सारी चीजें जो हैं ये सब आपके लेवल के लिए जरूरी नहीं है. ये सारी चीजें जब आप और हायर क्लासेस में जाएंगे तब ये ज्यादा जरूरी है. ठीक है? अभी आप इतना याद रखिए, स्प्लिट ऑफ अंदर अंदर ये आपको इंफॉर्मेशन पहुंच जाती है.
And Miss, keywords and quick review can come in exam.
Pardon? Repeat again what you want to ask.
Keywords and quick,
सब
Miss,
कुछ आएगा.
keywords and quick review can.
Yes, सब कुछ आएगा. ये देखिए फिर से दिखा रही हूँ मैं. ये no more activities. Test yourself. then no more. Test yourself. Quick review, keywords, all will come in the exam. All will come. Nothing is exempted. कुछ भी छूटा नहीं है. Book के पन्नों में whatever is written on the pages of the book is your syllabus. उसमें से भी questions हैं.
And Miss, in review your learning, you have not given answer in detail.
हाँ, आंसर इन डिटेल रिव्यू योर लर्निंग का पोर्शन में नहीं है, चाहे वो लेसन 4 का हो चाहे वो लेसन 5 का है. रिव्यू योर लर्निंग, आंसर इन डिटेल इज नॉट इन द पोर्शन.
Okay, Miss. Thank you.
Till answer in short is your portion. Okay.
Thank you, Miss.
Okay. Swarnika, please ask what you want to ask.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Swarnika.
Ma'am, what is the meaning of diencephalon?
Diencephalon. It is the part of the brain.
Yes.
It is the part of the
Okay.
brain. Diencephalon. Surabhi Chaudhary. Yes, Surabhi. What do you want to ask?
Miss, I want to ask that which speed is faster, the speed of light or the speed of messaging of the brain?
Electrical impulses बोला है ना, तो मैसेजिंग तो नहीं हो सकता.
Sorry, ma'am.
Very good. Yes. So okay, children, I'm done now. Already time is up. So whatever.
Ma'am, which is faster?
Pardon?
Miss, which is faster, speed of light or?
आपके लिए मैं ये क्वेश्चन छोड़ रही हूँ और उसके बाद आप मुझे बताइए, ठीक है? जब हम मिलेंगे रिवीजन क्लास में, ठीक है? सुरभि, ठीक?
Okay, ma'am.
And be prepared for the lessons, all of you, as I will be taking, I'll be asking you questions. Okay? All right. Apurva, yes, Apurva, the last question I'm dealing with. Already the time is up. Apurva, yes.
Ma'am, I want to ask that you have given the diagrams of each and everything. So, ma'am, you said that we have to practice the skin diagram. So, we need to draw in the copy also.
You practice it in the rough copy, handy copy. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
All right. So now, bye-bye, children. Have a nice day and do prepare your lessons because I may ask you questions from both the lessons. Don't say lesson 4 तैयार किया, lesson 5 नहीं, lesson 5 तैयार किया, 4 नहीं. आपको दोनों लेसन तैयार करना है, दोनों का काम पूरा करिए और नेक्स्ट टाइम जब हम मिलेंगे तो रिवीजन करेंगे. ओके, बाय बाय एंड गॉड ब्लेस यू.